Hey, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Ladies Night Radio Show. I am your host, Mysterious Jax, and here we are bringing you another live episode despite all of this crazy global crisis going on. I hope you all appreciate me being here and getting out into the world while you guys are staying warm and comfortable in your beds or your homes and staying safe. But anyways, I'm here just, I wanted to create a good vibe, have some good times. And if you're stressed or worried or like anxious, I'm glad you're tuning in because we're going to have a good time. We are going to touch a little bit about it, but I definitely wanted to kind of, create a good vibe and have something good for you to listen to tonight. And of course, I have some special guest co-hosts in the building. I think tonight is I'm officially going to be like a sister night because I have two of my three sisters joining me tonight. So yay, shout out to them. Woo, hold on. I'm trying to give you guys an applause. There you go. You guys had to get your applause, and I had you guys on mute. So welcome to Ladies Night, girls. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, who are you?
Hi, this is Anna.
Give me what I deserve, damn it. Yeah, this crazy Maria up in this bitch.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Hey.
I got a new sound effect. See the difference of the intros?
Oh,
so you have my sister Crazy Maria with her intro, and then you had Anna over here with her
Anna.
chill, mellow intro.
Hey, everyone.
This is literally their personalities. So welcome. It's officially Sister Night.
Sister night. We're just missing Sandra.
Yes. And of course, we got producer Kosi in the house.
She's our other sister.
Yes, for sure. Our adopted sister into the group. She's gone through a lot of craziness with us. Welcome. I'm sure you guys got here super quick because there was no traffic.
Right.
Yeah,
Nobody's
driving right now.
If you had to describe the vibe that's going on right now wait, you know what? Before I go into that, I just kind of want to go into so these are my three sisters, mi hermanas, and we're missing Sandra, the oldest. So Sandra, there's 8 of us, by the way, in case you don't know. If this is your first time tuning into Ladies Night, I am the 5th child of 8 kids, and I got 2 of my siblings in the building. So whoop, whoop, shout out to that. Our parents didn't own TVs back then, so that's that's why we got 8 of us. I'm just kidding. It's funny because I'm over here trying to talk, and I got Maria trying to put more tequila into Anna's
alcohol,
cup.
and I'm like, no, I'm good.
No, you're not.
You don't gotta whisper. You can talk. I saw you trying to whisper, and I'm like, what are you doing over there? Oh, no, yeah, Maria. Maria has her signature thing. Every time she comes in the studio, she has to use the restroom.
Let's put it real. I got to take a dump. I don't know what it is about this building that every time I come in here, I got to do it. And Anna's like, dude, could you have
almost threw up on the mic. That's so nasty.
I left matches in there just for you. You are like the only person that does that. Keith, if you're listening, this is literally Maria's signature move when she comes to the studio.
Really? We can't have the AC on that she didn't put air freshener candles.
I did. You didn't hear? I did the whole lavender, and I did lavender just to help the air, just to keep it nice and feeling lovely and calm. I didn't know what you were gonna smell it.
I didn't know you were nervous.
It's not that I'm nervous. I don't know what it is, and I feel like when you gotta go, you gotta let it out.
Ay, Maria. But here's the thing: when you do that, this studio is kind of small, so literally the stench that you left in the bathroom lingers out and follows you into the studio.
Well, it doesn't bother me.
I'm glad it doesn't bother you.
I'm glad it doesn't bother you.
Oh,
sorry, y'all.
Oh my God. So yeah. Oh God.
I'd rather drop some shit than lose a damn lung or whatever the shit.
Why
sits
would you
in.
lose your lung?
Not the lung.
Did you not take biology class in
chitlins?
high
What is
school?
chitlins? Your intestines. There you go.
How are you going to lose your
Did she just call her
intestines?
chitlins?
A lung. She called herself chitlins and lungs.
Whatever.
Oh my
I'd just rather let
God.
it
Stay in
out.
school, kids.
Stay in school.
No, fuck that. Yeah, stay in school, but you knew what the fuck I was talking about.
Oh, Crazy Maria.
Oh, that's Crazy Maria.
You know,
That's
we're
Crazy
not trying to
Maria.
fight
You know.
I get you. I understand.
And the worst thing about it is when you gotta rush a shit. You know, like you're just trying to push it out, and you don't have I know there's a drought on tissue paper. I put that on Instagram, but shit, like I had to use paper towels.
Oh
Yeah,
my
Keith,
gosh.
y'all had a tissue paper in here.
Just in case you're listening to, well, next time you should just start donating for all the
I
toilet
think I'm
paper.
gonna bring my own tissue paper in my damn purse.
The studio.
Shit. I open the door and y'all looking at me like I'm like, there's no tissue paper
Ay,
in here.
Chavela.
So you were explaining the family.
Yes, back to that dynamic. Thank you, Anna. So there's 8 of us. I'm the 5th. We have our oldest sister, Sandra, who is in Michigan. Then we got my brother, Tony. And then this comes in Crazy Maria. So she is child number 3.
I made the family.
You made the family.
Yeah.
Okay. All
I
right.
made it great.
You made it great.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the confidence. And then we have child number 4, which was
Anna. For
Anna.
number 4, yeah.
And then I'm 5.
the middle.
And then we got 3. Yeah, me and Anna are like the middle children.
middle children, yeah.
And then we have our 3 younger brothers, Rafa Jr. and Rigo. No, leave it off.
I'm starting to smell it.
Yeah, well, good for you. I'm glad. I'm glad you smell it. You're
I
gonna
don't care.
sit.
I could smell my own
Well,
shit. It's Anna that I'm worried.
Anna-
You guys, I'm just trying to be cordial.
my sense of smell is not that great, but Anna and Sandra have the best sense of smell, and I know it's killing her right now.
But normally you talk shit to me when I'm like,
yeah, but I already
taking a
know.
shit.
I already know. Like that's your signature move. You take a shit every time you come in the studio, and I don't understand why. But it's just you. I can't explain that anymore. Like that's what you
just
do.
gotta say,
like Keith
she is who she is.
I'm like, if
I
Keith
don't
was
care.
here,
I would take a shit and not have a problem with telling you I took a shit.
I know, but there's a sign in there. It says shit costs because it's true. Shit costs. So you should just start donating toilet papers. How about that? I bet you've gone through a whole package just you by yourself in here.
No, I haven't. I mean, I'm really careful about how I do my tissue paper. I fold it up. I only use about 4 squares.
All right.
You know,
I don't want to keep talking about your
Yeah,
shit. I really don't want to talk about your shit. Like
back to the
back
family.
to the family.
There's 3 younger brothers.
Yes, I already gave
and
them a
there's
shout
4
out.
of us.
4
and
ladies.
Jack invited the 2 of us
And
today.
2, yeah. Oh, Keith is in the chat box. He says we had like 4 under the sink Monday. LOL.
Okay.
I
Well,
can't
don't
say
blame
that
it
word.
on me if they're
He
all
says,
gone, because I swear I only use 4 squares and I try to, fold it as I go.
Okay.
He said people are stealing from the studio.
Who the hell?
And
Y'all
shaking
wrong.
my head, and then he goes, check under the sink just in case. But don't worry about it, Keith. We'll have to stock up. But just blame Maria.
I will donate a roll.
And I'm gonna tell you this: I'm gonna search them before they leave, just to make sure that nobody's taking a roll from from the good news.
And it will be from Costco, so it could be like a real good thick ass roll.
Oh
to
my
last.
God! Oh my God! Marie Anna can't take it. She has to
Gotta
open
go
the
get some
door.
fresh air. I feel you. Yeah, I'm starting to smell myself. And I'm eating healthy, so I don't even know why it's that bad.
Oh my God! I wish I could record this. Anna got up out of her seat. She went to the door. Now she opened the door and she's fanning it. So I'm pretty sure Keith is watching us. Keith just recently posted us a video into the studio. So Keith, if you're listening, please open up that video and you can see
record the shit.
the craziness that's going on in the
Record the
studio.
fucking shit. It's
Anna
real.
is literally fanning the studio with her scarf.
Yeah, and the funny thing is recording the shit. Not literally, but just the aftermath.
Oh my God. Okay, so this is my family, you guys. I'm not even kidding. They're not putting on a show. This is how we are all the time. So anyways, going back to us. Thank you, ladies, for joining me on tonight's episode. I really didn't think a lot of people were going to want to come out, so I didn't really invite too many, guests, but I knew, my sisters would be down for sure. Keith says, light the candle, and he's laughing at your 4 squares.
What candle? There's a candle in there?
I don't know.
I just saw this.
There is matches.
You get to choose. I think you guys have 2 sprays in there.
No, but
So
there's
I
a
chose
match.
the
You know
calming
the
one.
smell of a match when you just light it and let it.
Oh.
It kills the smell. So you want to go light it?
You want me to do that?
Yeah, real
Okay.
quick, just for Anna's sake, because I know she's dying over there. But anyways, coming back to the whole vibe. Oh, Maria, stop. So coming back to it, Anna, how would you describe to people that are not maybe in LA, or just how would you describe the energy or the vibe right now of our city?
So it's raining in LA, so that's definitely adding to it. If you're not from LA, it hardly ever rains. I'm sorry, I'm seeing. This feels like we're at home because it's always Maria doing something silly on the side, and you're trying to have the most serious conversation.
Right.
So it's raining, which makes it feel more eerie, you know.
Yeah.
And the other day I went to a meeting. I go to some meetings on Wednesday night. The 110, the 405, the 10, the 101, all super empty. Like I got from the west side all the way to deep Hollywood in 20 minutes on a Wednesday evening. Like,
yeah,
it just feels like no one's out. It feels kind of ghost townish, and it feels like you go to the grocery stores and it's really packed.
Yeah.
And a lot of the aisles are, you know, some people are taking pictures of like things being empty.
Yeah, I know. At first I thought it was just like pictures because I honestly have not gone to the store until I believe Kosi went today to the market, to Ralph's, I think.
I texted her this morning to go to Ralph's
and
because I told you and you
shelves.
didn't go.
Wait, what?
Because I text you
Oh,
and I was
me?
like, Jax, go to the store. You're like, it's going to be fine.
I'm
And so then I
fine.
text Kosi and I was like, you go to the store for the both of you. Let me know if you need anything.
Literally, we had no food in the fridge like maybe a few days ago. And ask her, I made a meal I made lentil soup and I made us a salad.
Good.
She didn't eat the lentil soup, but she did eat the salad.
Kosi, that's why you're always cold. Your iron's too low. You have to eat the lentil soup. But I'm glad you're the little sister that listens. You went to the
She
store.
She did listen.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I don't know if I've said this part already, but I know there's so much anxiety going on right now with the coronavirus pandemic. And I want to clarify that I do think this is a serious matter that we must take precautionary measures to limit the spread. But I just think that as a country, we need to do a better job on sharing the correct information, staying calm, and executing a productive plan for everybody. So I know that, okay, so I have a friend right now. So I actually invited a friend to come to the studio with me for tonight's show, and they were planning to. They texted me last night that they were feeling a little under the weather, and today they text me that they're full on sick and like they have a fever, they have a cold. I'm not going to say this person's name, but so I was like, and so they went to the hospital, and so they are going to allow for a screening for because they're not giving the coronavirus screening for everybody.
Right.
It's only if you're showing symptoms. And so because this person is showing symptoms, they decided to give them the screening. So their screening is free to find out if you have the coronavirus. The only thing is, it's just, like anything else, they're gonna charge you for the treatment. So
No, they put out a press conference today.
Oh, yeah. They just made that decision.
And,
just today?
just
Oh,
today.
okay.
And
Because
so
this
it's
person,
for everybody, whether you have insurance or not.
okay,
And you're able to go on ahead and do it. The only thing is that they're going to send you a kit, and then you go on ahead and swab or do your thing and then send it back.
What is
Yeah,
this?
you were updated. I think the president and Congress came to a decision, and then they all made a decision to give some relief to different states. So they have a paid emergency package, emergency
which is
leave
good because I think
resources.
so many other countries were doing this already. Like they were creating those quarantine areas for people that do have the virus, and then they're giving free screenings. Like you see other countries and they're testing everybody, but here they were like, in the beginning they were not doing that.
Right, they're not.
So what, Maria, go ahead. I know you're not, just go ahead, say it.
Anna's acting like she blessing herself with the camera.
Well,
she got it so close to the damn
Because
mic.
if
Aunt
the
Maria-
candle's closer to my nose,
That's what
then
she'll smell. I'm
that's
telling
what
you,
I'll smell.
Anna has a very strong sense of smell.
I
Yeah.
can smell
And
it
so-
too. It's bad.
You did that. That's your work. You did that.
Work. You acted like she tried or something. Well, whatever. Let's just stay on subject.
Oh my God. Okay. And the reason I bring this up, you guys, because I'm seeing a lot of videos and people are going crazy. And Anna sent me this audio. If it doesn't show a face, but it shows somebody saying like that they have an auntie or they have a friend that work in the government, and that the U.S. is going to be on quarantine for 2 weeks and this and that. And my response to her, I kind of laughed at it. I didn't take it too serious. And that was it. But I sent that information to a few other people.
Right.
And that information pretty much scared that person. And that person's currently like out of the country. So I realized that I can't send information like that without a follow-up. Like to me, when Anna sent it to me, I think because we know each other, like yeah, she's a little worried about it, but I felt like, okay, it was, my response is like me not joking about it, but not taking it as serious is just my way to like stay calm because I can get bad anxiety.
Calm, right?
Yeah. And so that's me joking about things is just my way also to stay calm. But when I sent it to this person, it freaked them out and they got really scared.
Yeah.
And their anxiety came up, their fear came up, and I was like, okay, I need to be more conscious of this and be more aware of not sending this. So this made me think like, okay, what information are we sharing to the people around us and to the kids? There's kids that, that are looking at us as the adults. So if we're freaking out, if we're acting crazy, they're going to get crazy. They're going to get scared. And so they're like, what's going on? The world's going to end. So I can only imagine what kids are, hearing. And so we have to also be a better example to them. Like,
right.
In the stores, people are going crazy and fighting. I literally posted something on my story that I have this app called Citizen, and it tells you all the police stuff that's going on. Mm-hmm. And the police was called to the Ralphs because a large group was fighting in there. And I was like, so this is what I'm talking about. And over water, over toilet paper, and there was
I don't get the toilet paper.
The good news. The good news posted a video of these two ladies fighting over toilet paper, and it's just like, yeah, that's insane. Like, why are we fighting over this?
Yeah.
Like.
Well, I think I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think like in a situation like this, it's important to have accurate information and to like clearly communicate calmly, because how you communicate and how you also, because there's so much misinformation going out right now, and it's really important that you get all the accurate information. When I sent you that text, that's actually circulating on social media. And what people don't realize, because they think it's a joke or they're creating it or maybe it's real, is that there are people who don't have news outlets. And because of your misinformation, you're creating anxiety. And when you create anxiety during a pandemic, which is what it is, right? This is what we have. Then you're giving people an opportunity to act outside of their character and act dangerously, because when people's lives are at stake and their children's lives are at stake, people act out of character, which is not good.
Yeah. And they act out of fear because they don't have the information.
Right.
They don't know. They're not informed. And it's literally there easy. You can go on the internet and just Google it. So that's what I did for us, because I wanted to make sure that people, are informed on what's going on. So if you don't know, I'm just going to read some stuff to you guys, just so if you haven't, I'm bringing it to you. And this is according to CDC, which is the Centers for Disease Center and Prevention, and also WHO, which is World Health Organization. So here are some facts straight from the website and information about what you should know about the coronavirus. So the following symptoms may appear from 2 to 14 days after exposure. And they are fever, cough, shortness of breath. And if you develop emergency warning signs for the is it the COVID or COVID? The COVID-19. Get medical attention immediately. Emergency warning signs include difficulty breathing or shortness of breath, persistent pain or pressure in the chest, new confusion or inability to arouse, and blush lips or face. Now, don't think anything just because you have one of these. Don't right away put your mind at set and like get worried like, oh my God, I have the coronavirus. Like, no, you still have time. Like Tom Hanks has been posting his process ever since that he's announced that he has it, and he's staying calm. So it's not something that you're not going to die right away. Like it can be cured. Well,
I think regardless though, I think even if you do contract it, right, or you have symptoms of it, the best thing to do is stay calm.
Yes.
To stay calm, because when your body releases stress hormones, you're actually making yourself more susceptible to illness. You're making your body less strong to fight anything.
Yes.
Right? So that's why when they say when you're sick,
say that again.
You get when you're stressed, you get sick more.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So it's important. And I mean, I haven't been breaking my morning routine, which is part of my morning routine. I won't tell you all of it, is meditation.
Yeah.
To stay calm, because, I work in schools, and, we made the decision to close our schools down starting Monday. So that can create a lot of tension. And so it's important for us as leaders, or leaders in our families, or leaders in our job, to stay calm, because people, that energy translates. Yeah. People see that and they're like, oh my gosh. And I think in our family, we're all pretty calm, because we probably had a lot of tragedy or situations arise when we were really young.
Yeah.
So we learned to stay calm during those times.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's important. So a lot of schools have already the kids staying home. So you already know the kids are staying home. They're probably asking questions like, well, what happened? What's going on? Be honest with them. Relay the information and talk to them. What were you going to say?
Yeah, I was going to say that school's closing, and I want to be very clear to all parents listening right now. We're not closing schools because we found something.
Right.
We're closing schools as a preventative measure
Yeah.
because Governor Newsom sent out information saying that he doesn't want gatherings of 250 people or more because, that's where you can contract
He's banning it, actually.
Yeah, he's banning it. So, schools bring people together. And so it's a preventative measure to say, hey, stay at home, wash your hands, be preventative. We haven't found anything. Things are calm. But this is our way of staying safer during this time.
Right. And as a parent, Anissa, it's so funny that you said that because Anissa last night, she was all in her
Anissa is
phone.
Maria's daughter, my goddaughter.
And so she was all in her phone and she just said, Mom. And it was like 10 o'clock at night and we were getting ready to go to bed. The lights were off. And I was like, what? And she said, I'm scared. And I was like, why? And she said, because does this mean that the world is ending? Like, what's going on? And it's just based on her knowledge of what she sees on the internet.
Yep.
So as parents, you have to educate your kids that these type of things come up. I had to talk to her about the anthrax situation that, happened a few years ago. I had to talk to her about, the situation with China where they were, throwing all the young girls that were born second child to each household in the river. I don't know if you remember that in the 80s.
Yeah.
These are things that happen. And this is going to be history for her, right? So this is going to be something that, she's going to be able to talk to her kids when her kids are born and things like this are happening.
Yeah.
But as parents, it is our duty to let our kids know, yes, it is a severe situation, but this is how you take care of yourself.
Exactly.
As long as you take care of yourself this way, not hugging, not kissing, there's just a mom.
Well, I'm definitely going to go over that. So this is stuff that's coming straight from the CDC website and the World Health Organization. And I just kind of want to go over that too. So there is currently no vaccine to prevent the coronavirus disease, the COVID-19. The best way to prevent illness is to avoid being exposed to this virus. And the virus is thought to spread mainly from person to person. So between people who are in close contact with one another within about 6 feet, through respiratory droplets produced when an infected person coughs or sneezes. So this is literally things that we have been teaching, our kids. Like when you are going to cough, cover your mouth. When you sneeze, cover your mouth. And if you sneeze into your hands, go in and wash them and cough, which they say cough into your elbow kind of thing. Or sneeze, whatever. But yeah, these are things that it's been common sense to do, but we're just reminding everybody.
So. I love that you said that.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, this is things that it's common sense.
You should have done that.
Yeah, you should have been doing that. So if you were sneezing and coughing without covering your mouth, that's first of all, that's bad manners. Second of all, now that you have this information, start covering your mouth, and that can also prevent the coronavirus from spreading and stuff like that. So
and not just the coronavirus, but other germs.
So exactly.
It's just good manners, and this is a good opportunity. I always think there's a learning in everything because I have a strong faith, and I think that it is an opportunity for us to reset as a society, as a global world. To say, we do need to wash our hands better. Yeah. We do need to make sure that we are more vigilant when we're coughing and being more polite and not coughing into people. Like teaching your kids young. People are having the conversations with their kids now. Mm-hmm. I know they're going to find a vaccine. I'm positive about it. And if something,
I honestly think they already have.
They already probably have.
Yeah.
And it's going to get to us soon.
Yeah. And if the quarantine does happen, you guys have to remain calm, and it's just because of the reason that people, the schools are telling, no, they're closing the schools. It's because if for you not to spread it, it's for you to stay home and quarantine yourself. So clean your hands often, wash your hands, avoid touching your eyes, nose, and your mouth. If soap and water are not, available, use hand sanitizer. And so this is why a lot of people are buying the hand sanitizer and they're going crazy. If you don't have hand sanitizer, if it's not available, guess what? You just need rubbing alcohol and aloe vera. And those two mix will create a hand sanitizer. So I know some of you guys saw the video of Cardi B, and she put like rubbing alcohol on her hands. And I remember one of my friends commented like, "Oh, that's such a like Latina. You know, she's Latina because she's rubbing her hands with literally rubbing alcohol. Just wash it, use some aloe vera, and that'll kill the germs as well. And just if you're feeling sick, stay home. This is stuff that you should have already.
That's like a number one thing.
Yeah.
If you're feeling sick,
I agree.
Stay home. Stay home.
I agree.
Don't do no.
Well, now I think people are definitely doing that.
Yeah. And you know what? Also, not to cut you off, Anna, but it's really important for you guys to understand that we are in flu season.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people are
sick. I thought
sick.
fall season was flu season.
Well, right now, more so also because, we're, what is it called? March is...
No, April showers.
Yes.
So, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So, keep your butt at home.
And clean and disinfect your areas. Clean your sinks and everything. Wipe things down. So.
Yeah, but I think like back to Maria's point, like as a parent and as a teacher or as a leader in your community, I think it's important to be, like I said, well informed.
Yes.
And then it's your duty to be communicating things in a calm, informative way.
Yes.
So like if you have social media, it is your responsibility to not spread. Like you might think it's funny to continue spreading it, but if what you are not posting is not accurate, don't post it right now, because we are all responsible as people, and our young kids have access to social media, and your parents might be talking, but that's actually bringing more fear into kids when it's not even,
they don't understand.
They're not understanding. And Anissa's a teenager and she's a brilliant girl. And I think at the end of the day, if she's
still a kid
feeling nervous, it's because she's getting information. She's still a kid.
She's still a kid at the end of the day.
And kids don't know that social media is not very accurate. And I think we have a responsibility as a society to make sure that we're informing kids correctly, especially now that they're going to be at home more. They're going to be plugged into social media. So
you as an educator, Anna, because you've been in education for many years. How many years now?
20 years.
20 years.
Wow. Where's the horn?
Man, I started when I was 11.
Yeah, we're not trying to say your age out there, but yeah, shout out to
she looks good for her age. Shit, shout it out. 50 something. Oh wait, no. That's Sandra.
That is not
so funny.
Wow. So shout out to Anna. She's been in education for 20 years.
Yeah.
So you as an educator, Anna, I know there's a lot of parents or people that are listening with kids or nieces and nephews or people just watching kids, nannies. They're going to be home for the next 2 weeks. So what are some 4 weeks? Well, for some schools it's 4 weeks because of spring break. Yeah. So you already some people get a week for spring break, some people get 2 weeks for spring break, but now it's for sure that the schools are closed for 2 weeks. So what are some recommendations that you would help and give parents or people for kids like that are going to be home for the next 2 weeks?
Right. It's a huge responsibility, and people have been texting me all day like, "Hey Anna, does this look right?" I would say this is what teachers do. Here's the trick of teachers in elementary school. They create a schedule. So have a wake up schedule. This is not summer break. This is not the week off.
Yeah.
Create a schedule with your child, right? Because it's also not school and they're not going to be giving you the same level of schooling. But like create a schedule. You're going to read. You're going to take a break. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. And I think it's an opportunity to do some art, to do some fun shows. Monitor what they're watching on TV and how much they're on social media, because right now there's so much misinformation that you want to make sure, like, don't just keep them busy on an iPad, because then what's going to happen is when they go back to school, their teacher has to do all that resetting, and it's just more work for the teacher, right? It's like summer break. The teachers spend the first 2 weeks back reconditioning the kids on like just their stamina.
Yeah.
If your child's in middle school or high school, do the schedule with them. Like, okay, just do some reading here, do some math here. Now there's so many free websites.
Yeah.
There's Khan Academy for math. There's iReady. There is Newzilla. There's all these online things that you can read, age appropriate things.
I love that.
That's important.
I was also thinking if I'm a parent and I have 3 kids at home, I would probably, this is what I would do if I was a parent. I would email their teachers and ask them what they were planning to learn these within these next 2 weeks.
Right.
And I would continue that process. So like one of the teachers that I follow, my friend who's a teacher, he's a high school teacher, and he was like, we were reading Romeo and Juliet. So I would email the teacher like, okay, well, what chapters were you guys going to read? What were the questions?
I love that.
And I would definitely create something like that for them. Like, okay, your teacher, if you guys were in school, you would be still reading this, you would be learning that. So I would continue that.
Yeah, I think too, and there's a lot of parents staying home, and you have to work from home, and so learn your rights as somebody who's working at home to say like, how much are you requiring me at home? There's all these laws. Your company should have those guidelines. They should be working on it.
Yep.
The schools they might be giving you work packets to do, but like really, this is a good opportunity for you to spend some quality time with your children.
What I was just gonna
like
say.
you spend 10, 8, 12, 14 hours away from your children.
Yeah.
You
This
realize
is the
right now,
time.
like life is so important.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And
To
so
love on each
have
other,
some time to spend
grow
with
each
exactly.
other, teach each other, just
Spend
that time with each other.
And you might realize like you're just put your timer on 30 minutes, an hour, and I bet you like that's going to feel like a lot because you're not used to spending that much time with your child, whether it's like, hey, let's just talk about this subject, let's just read together, let's write together, and you're going to
act
know
silly together. Let's play a
Something.
movie. Let's reenact the movie. Let's
like it doesn't
that's
need
the
to
mother that I
be
am,
this super negative thing. Like
Yep.
to me, I've been having to work from home these last few days, and I've been like, what do I love to do?
Yeah.
Let me read this book for a bit. Let me walk to the beach really fast.
And you know what? We live in LA, so we live in a fast-paced city. So we live in a city where like we just constantly moving, and we don't have enough time to sit down and talk as a family, love on each other as a family, do as a family. So this is a perfect time, not only for mom and children, but for mom, dad, because I'm sure there's some mom and dads in the same household who are going to be there. So hell, like play Jenga, play Monopoly,
teach your child how to
kids.
cook.
Yes.
I like the schedule
Yes.
idea that Anna was thinking, but we have some listeners in the chat box. So Marty's in the chat box. Hi, Marty.
Hey,
Hi.
Marty.
Marty has a question. She is also an educator, and she has some questions, probably because of her experience. Some parents and families don't have the education or resources to teach their kids about, and what about non-English speaking families? So what advice would you give for that?
Oh man, I would say that they do have the education and resources.
Well,
so
no, it's two different. So one is some parents don't have the education or resources to teach their kids. That's part one. Part two is what about non-English speaking families?
I would say look at it differently. I always try to look at it as an asset-based approach, right? So every parent has resources and education to teach your child. Do you know how to cook? Teach them how to cook.
Yeah.
That would be fun. Learn how to wash together, learn how to do chores together. Like those are things, or just talk.
Yeah.
Talk about family stuff. Talk about stories when you were little. I mean, I loved when my dad would take us and put us at the table and would just tell us stories about when he was growing up, or when my mom would be like telling us stories or teaching us how to cook or trying to teach us Spanish, right? My dad was actually making fun of my Spanish the other day. And I think that use what you have. And in our communities of color, we forget that our communities, actually, we were educated and raised by our elders.
Yeah.
And so we take that away in a country that feels foreign and saying to the teachers, maestro, teach our children, when in reality, the parents still have so much knowledge and so much gift and so much learning to give.
That's true.
Your kids are going to look more towards your parents to learn and to get that teaching than they will to the teacher.
And I was going to say, and to answer her first part of the question, like she said, some families don't have the education or resources. So I understand that there's some people and adults who don't feel confident in, teaching or have that information. So going back to what I said is, email the teachers, contact them. I mean, I think that most schools provide their emails to the parents and ask them like, hey, so within these 2 weeks, I just wanted to know what information should I have my kids study? What were you guys working on in school? And just all you have to do is a simple emailing the teacher, or even, the teachers are not at school either, so you can't call them. But yeah, emailing them, and then the teachers are more than happy to like give you the information that they were going to teach them within those 2 weeks.
Yeah, like, for instance, our district is working on making sure that we have all the packets. Teachers, we're having them prepare things today. But I think, the library, if they're still open, take them to the library. It's a good time to teach them Spanish or teach them a different language or an apprenticeship, right? Like, let's show you how to mow the lawn. Like my dad showed us that at a very young age, right? So I think those are good opportunities for your kids to learn life skills that are just really well-rounded. Homeschools, they have you do different things. They're like, we're going to go do art today. We're going to go do some like hands-on work. We're going to do construction. And I think...
And you know what's funny, just to piggyback on that? Anna and I were texting earlier today when, LAUSD, because Anissa goes to LAUSD temporarily. But I had text Anna like, oh, I just got a phone call from LAUSD. They're shutting down for the next 2 weeks. And Anna was like, well, send me the letter. I want to read because Anna, I have a village and my family is a huge support system. So Anna was like, well, send me the letter and let me see, what it says. They didn't send a letter. So I called the school and, I asked them, do you guys have a letter going out to families? And the lady was like, no. And I said, well, what about families that, don't really know the internet or don't have access to the internet or don't have that, that step stool to be able to know what to do with their child while they're at home. And they don't have that. And I understand that because this is, really quick. Like it's happening so fast and, we're not really prepared, or at least like we think we're prepared. When shit goes down, we realize that we're not 100% prepared.
Well, just imagine the last time, like, I don't think we've ever been on quarantine. Like,
that's what I'm saying. We think we're prepared.
Yeah.
But when stuff goes down, we're not really prepared. But so the lady's like, well, just go online and get the information. I was like, I like, she thought it was for me. But it wasn't for me. Like, I'm thinking, like, about our conversation, Anna and I conversation about, like, the parents that don't have access to the internet, don't have access to know, what am I going to do with my child here? Like, I got, like my mom, she had 8 kids. So I could just imagine a family that is, like, low income, doesn't have computers at home, don't know what to do. The mom's, like, like, first-time mom like me. Like, you learn with your kids. So there has to be, like, I was telling the lady, like, you have to send out some type of information. I could go to the internet, but, I have access to that. You have to have that type of information for these parents that don't have access to this stuff.
You have more
comments? I think it also comes up from, well, yes, I do, but it just comes up from our whole government, the way that we're set up and everything. Like, even our hospitals are not prepared our hospitals are not prepared for quarantines and or like these free kits or these kits to test all that. So I get it. So coming back to the chat box, we have Ms. Kosi says that she says, I'm worried about the meals too. Because Mari says that so many of our kiddos at school and parents would benefit. Yes. Schools are working on making sure that the students will still have access to meals too. Madi says, keeping in mind our students with disabilities, there's a whole lot of devices, free lunches too, that are on hold. Maybe that's why people are hoarding all the meat and food products at the stores. There's got to be a limit though. So I think that whole hoarding, I think people, because we're going to go on quarantine for... That's the rumor. I'm not saying that we are. That's what the rumor is. That,
well, again,
it's a possibility.
It's
a possibility that we do.
Yeah.
So with that, like meat, I get it. People think food, meat, but at the end of the day, we grew up on canned food too. Like we have canned foods. Remember when we used to create those earthquake kits, and in case a big one came. And, what would we put? Canned foods.
Right.
So my mom, ever since then, like, has always stocked our whole house with canned food. Yeah. So, like, sometimes when I go to the store, like, I don't really eat canned foods on a daily, but I would sometimes, like, I'll grab things every now and then. So I have a few good canned foods at my house because it's just, like a habit of getting food and canned food for emergencies.
Right.
So I think that you don't need meat to survive, FYI. 2, canned foods is just as good. You have canned food, tuna, corn, vegetables,
Say
veggies.
That again. And you know that meat has an expiration date.
Exactly.
So all these people that are going, and I really, I don't think that I see a lot of people going for meat, produce. I think I do see a lot of people going for toilet paper, which I'm trying to wrap my head around.
I don't either, because I feel like you can just get the hose and hose
Girl,
your
I'm trying to wrap
booty
my head
down
around that. But water, yes, I see a huge thing. And when I went grocery shopping,
wait, pause real quick. Anna looked at me really funny because I said hose you down. But look, think about it. Look, toilet paper. If you think about it, if you try to wipe a baby's butt with toilet paper, you need a wet wipe.
Jump in the shower if you really need to, right?
You need a wet wipe to clean the baby's butt thoroughly. So toilet paper doesn't really even clean our butts
for our environment
clean. So I'm not saying baby wipes. I'm just saying water in general. Like water, at the end of the day, is going to clean your butt the best.
Jump in the shower.
So if you have no toilet paper, just jump in the shower or get some sink water. And
I don't get that part.
Yeah, I don't either.
I went shopping yesterday, and Nisa was like, "Mom, just buy canned food." Like, I already had my head wrapped around what I was going to get. But it's the truth. And I text Anna today. I was like, girl, like, all this stuff that expires really doesn't matter in the state of, quarantine or some type of situation like that. Yeah. You just have to buy stuff that's not going to expire and that you're going to be able to survive with.
I think we should also realize that buying food is a privilege. And there are families who live paycheck to paycheck week to week, and they don't have the privilege. So I just want to do this shout out. Because in our organization, we've been trying to prepare for over a week, right, before we shut down schools, and we wanted to make sure that we were well prepared, well informed. We were partnering with other organizations. So one of the works that I did was investigate. I have a lot of friends in LAUSD. So LAUSD is opening up resource centers because we're still obligated to feed students because we're in Title I. That means we serve in communities where students are poor and they can't afford a meal, and their only meal is at school. So our resource centers are being set up by LAUSD and to deliver food, also services for some of our students with special education or mental health. Now, just be aware that all that communication is going to come out. If you don't receive that communication actively, then I would call your local LAUSD or local school district. The numbers, at least one person still working. So you can get that information.
And at the end of the day, Mari's in the chat box. She says, Jackie, you got a hose in the bathroom. No, girl, I got a hose in my backyard. I'm going to hose it, put some in a bucket, bring it in the house, whatever you need to do. Get a towel, whatever needs to get done.
Survival mode.
Kosie's shaking her head at me.
What are you
shaking
Kosie will be sitting her ass talking about I'm next. Yes.
Let's say they shut the water down or whatever. Like, I don't know. It's good to have water. Survival mode. I'm always in survival mode. Like, anyways. So, we were not supposed to talk about this the whole show, but we ended up because, I think there's so much information out there that people at the end of the day want to know, need to know. Yeah. And I just wanted to create a calmness. Like, you're going to be okay. Yes. You're not going to die. Just keep washing your hands. Make sure your house is clean. And at the end of the day, stay calm for you, for yourself, for your own health, and for the people around you, and for even the young ones that are looking up to you. Stay calm, you guys.
And Jackie, hold on. Just
go
before
ahead.
You go on, Anna and I have been talking about this, and shout out to, Anna and the organization. They really are focused on feeding the families that, are focusing on trying to get that done. However, when I received the call from LAUSD, they did say that they were going to have some areas open for those families that don't have the food. So there are going to be things out there for these families. So if you do know families that are in need and, they don't have the resource to find these, let me know or let Anna know or just go on LAUSD. The items are there or the information is there for you to be able to find these locations for these families.
Yeah, maybe Ladies Night can advertise some of the resource centers.
Yeah, definitely. I will definitely look into that. So I also want to say, because this is something also, we can also create things. So we can how people create those lunch bag sandwiches for the homeless. Right. We can create something that we can give away for the less needy. Yeah. So we as a people, we have control of that. We can do that. So you don't have to go in panic mode. Go more in and help each other out. Be kind. Be patient. I shout out to an athlete. I forget his name. I think his name is Giannis. I forget his last name, but he donated $100,000 to the Milwaukee Bucks forum staff. So all the employees that are not going to be working because of the NBA closed, he decided to donate $100,000 of his own money to just give some of the families money because he knows that since they're not working, they're not getting any money. And 2 weeks we don't know how long this is going to last. So if you have an opportunity to help out, definitely step it up. So I don't know what we could do here from Ladies Night, but I am more than happy to get ideas from people, and we can create something. I will definitely post more websites to help families in need that, you know, need food or need just supplies. And yeah, I'm here to help, and I'm more than happy to use my platform to bring that information to them.
Good.
So yeah, Kosi, you said that we got somebody in the chat box. Oh, what happened? Oh, okay. She says, Mari's in the chat box. She says, I would just hate to see my commute buy and consume so much foods that don't expire, questionable, and end up sick with other illness and diseases as a result. Exactly why I worry about gyms closing or outdoor hikes, public parks. So, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, if they buy the canned foods now, they're not going to expire within the next 2 weeks. Like, I mean, canned foods can last a long time. I'm not telling you to live off of canned foods for the rest of your life, but it's a good source of food for the moment while, you know, we try to figure out this whole situation going on.
I think what she's also saying is that, you know, we're really trying to be aware of the food that we have. So we don't want consumers to buy like food that is processed.
Oh yeah.
And that food that is actually going to make you sick in the long run.
Yeah.
Right.
And I completely understand that. And right now, this is very much showing that we are not. And I was reading something months before this about how we're not really prepared for a pandemic. A pandemic is like how quickly something happens, an illness happens that we are not aware of, and it spreads so quickly. We've had the West Nile, we've had Ebola, we've had all these things where we actually get it under control pretty quickly, right? Mm-hmm. And I think as long as the public stays calm and the public doesn't start fighting each other because there's misinformation out there, that's okay for us to have that information. I think that right now, take yourself for a walk, like, you know, still live your day as much as possible and be healthy.
We're not on quarantine yet. If we even, I'm not going to say like it's going to happen.
Yeah,
but
and I've had some friends who travel a lot like me, right? I just travel up and down California a lot, and I had stopped traveling 2 weeks ago. Some of my friends just stopped traveling a few days ago, and so some of them have gotten quarantined because someone on their flight had it, so they have to be in their home, right? And they talked about spending $500 or $1,000 on groceries for the next 2-3 weeks because they can't leave their home.
Yep.
But they also talked about their privilege in doing that and how they're actually donating to some places that are going to help out families, right? And because you realize, wow, I have enough money to buy groceries, $500 worth, $1,000 worth. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
And it's my privilege. Yes, I'm sick or I'm quarantined. They're not sick, but they're quarantined because somebody on their flight, XYZ.
For 48 hours, they have to be quarantined, right?
You know, whatever the time limit is. And they don't have enough vaccines. So they don't, you know, it's not like they can test them or vaccinate them. So I think it's just important for us to be well informed and to stay calm. That's like the two things that I want people to walk away with.
Yeah. Definitely. Once again, thank you, Mari, for being in the chat box. We appreciate you. She also says this all feels like a reminder that you okay? Oh, no coughing in here. More than twice, you're on the red
Hell
flag.
no. I coughed earlier, and this lady moved from next to me, like literally down the hall, and I'm like,
that's what you get because when we went to go vote, I was coughing for being outside for an hour and a half without a sweater, and I was coughing once we got in there, and you were like, oh, she got the coronavirus in front of everybody at the voting polls.
She's bad.
Yeah, that's horrible.
No, I went to the doctor because, you know, I wanted to make sure I'm good, and I was coughing last week, and I went to the doctor. I have bronchitis. And because of that, I haven't been able to, I went to go visit my grandpa, which Maria got mad at me because I wasn't supposed to go or visit my parents.
She's not supposed to get out of her house.
I didn't hug them. I didn't kiss them. I didn't say hi to them because, you know, right now, our most vulnerable population are our elderly.
Yes.
So anybody who's 60 years old or older. So if you're sick, you know, we think we're scared. Like there's elderly who can't even go to the grocery store because they're afraid that they might contract it, you know, because there's misinformation. Their immune system's weak.
So true.
But when I saw my grandpa today, it made me so happy. He was so happy. He was even talking to me in English. I told Maria. He was all in a good mood.
That's so funny.
He must be in a good mood because
he's like, I'm fine.
So going back to Mari's comment, she says, to have so much money when you catch something without an immediate cure. At this point, millionaires and billions should feel some type of responsibility. It's a thought. Why not help cure the communities around we since? We're all in this together. And then she says, thanks for answering my question. I love y'all. This episode is necessary.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to use, my platform to just kind of share information and just calm people's nerves. Like, I have really close friends and family that have just been really on edge with this. And I've been really calm during this whole, and I don't know if it's just because, so I just educated myself a little bit more, and I just wanted to share my calmness with others. Like, we're going to be okay. Just keep doing what you're supposed to do. Wash your hands, clean after yourself, and all of that. So I definitely wanted to use my platform for that information. That's why I invited my sisters to come through and just talk about it.
Jack.
Yeah, definitely.
Because this is honestly what we would be talking about at Ladies Night. Like, if we would have dinner with our sisters, and Kosi is our sister. And we would be talking about this. We would be talking about how to stay calm, how to get the information, making sure that the girls are okay and well informed.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I'm glad. I'm glad that we're talking about this today. I'm glad you're informing people. I'm glad that you did your research today.
I did, and I wanted just to kind of share it, because at the end of the day, people just, like we've been saying, follow what's on social media, and they don't actually just click over a new window and Google and go onto the right websites. And that's why I was like, let me Google this for them and just say it out loud. Right. And so just so you know what the symptoms are, what the cure is, and what you should do, and the prevention and all of that. So at the end of the day, it's really easy. Just go to the Google and Google symptoms or prevention or how to handle it. And at the end of the day, we're not on quarantine, even though most of the world is acting like it, which is good. Stay home, take care of yourself, but you don't have to go crazy. You don't have to be all going getting fear inside of you or anxiety or going to the market and stocking up on this toilet paper. We just have to remember, we're okay. Things are going to be fine.
Yeah, dude. You don't need a lot of comida, like food, like our parents survived off of rice and beans. Y'all can do it. We could do it.
Kosi was mad. They didn't have any rice.
For you to eat beans, Kosi. Your iron will go up, and that way you won't get so cold.
No, but Kosi went to the store and she said there was no rice.
There was no more rice. Well,
no rice.
I understand the food. I just don't get the fucking tissue paper.
Toilet paper.
For some reason, this is really getting to her.
She's mad about the toilet paper.
I don't get it. The toilet paper.
You know why? Please, because people are misinformed and they think they have to be quarantined for a long time, and maybe possibly.
You know what I would think?
Use a lot of toilet paper.
I was thinking Advil for my cramps, because cramps are fucking crazy. Yeah. And then tampons and pads for that. That's what I was thinking. As a woman, but
So Steve Harvey, if you're listening to me, and I go on not the Price is Right. I'm sorry. The what's his show?
Family
Feud.
Well, you're not going on that show.
And I go on it. I'm already gonna know, in case of an emergency, tissue paper is gonna be one of the number one things that people fucking say. Why the fuck do you need tissue paper?
Coast.
Honestly, I did buy toilet paper. I bought medicine. And I bought some food, and I'm trying to eat more plant-based.
How much tissue paper you bought?
But I didn't spend a lot of money. I probably spent $80 because I'm thinking, what do I need for 2 weeks? And also, we need to show, as Americans, we overeat, we overconsume. So this is a good time to have rations. You don't need to eat a lot, but we're so used to being a consumer culture that we eat when we feel like it, not when we need it.
And you know what? I want to give shout out to all them people out there who fucking grow their fucking crops, like Junior, my brother.
Junior.
And our brother, I'm sorry. And Nikki, who is Corey's sister, who grow their fucking crops. Y'all are some smart ass people, because guess what? They're going to the grocery store, but they're not fucking spending as much as we do. Yeah. And they don't live on no lamb farm.
I have lemons and oranges.
Shout out to Jackie, who has lemons and oranges.
Smart. I have nothing.
Thank God to her, what do you call that? Your landlord. But shout out for you to be blessed with the house who has lemons and oranges, because, whether you know it or not, lemon kills a lot of infection and
lemon and tequila.
Yeah, oh yes. My mom gave me some bullshit in the shot glass, and I'm like, Mom, I only drink tequila out of the shot glass. She said, shut up.
Latinos, we just drink some tequila, you'll be good.
Real.
When I have a sore throat, my mom used to tell me take a shot of tequila or gargle hot water with lemon and salt. So Kosi created a game for us. It wouldn't be Ladies Night without playing at least a quick game. So we are gonna play a quick game. I don't know what to call this game, but it's something new that she made up. So Kosi, would you like to share the rules on this?
So it's called Who Am I?
Speak up, girl.
It's called Who Am I?
Who am I?
Yes, you're going to get a card, and on the back of the card is the person's name. And you just need to describe this person. And then everyone in here is going to have the opportunity to guess. You can ask questions. But after 5 questions, if the person hasn't been guessed, then the describer had to take a shot.
Oh, got it. Okay. All right.
A shot of what?
Your tequila. Oh, it's done?
Oh,
y'all had a special drink on the fucking IG. I thought I was going to come to like a special drink. And y'all, I'm just saying. That's why I didn't buy all that shit.
All right. She's been muted. All right. Okay. Let's do the game real quick, and then we're going to go into our drink that
I'm surprised you didn't do that sooner.
I know. I totally forgot about that. All right. So
you must not know me, girl. I would take your mic.
Oh, my God. All right. Really quick. This person, what am I supposed to do? Just describe them?
Describe them in like a few sentences, and then they're going to have to get to it.
Okay. This person is a new and popular Latino artist in reggaeton.
Bad Bunny.
Yes! Anna! What?
Hey.
All right, Anna, your turn. Get a card.
Okay, my turn.
Oh, I forgot. Okay, you're unmuted now. Jeez, chill out.
We got this.
All right.
Okay, this person has the most Instagram followers out
Kylie
of
Jenner.
Everybody. No.
J-Lo?
Unless I got
Cardi
the wrong
B?
person.
Cardi B?
This person's also a famous soccer player.
Famous soccer player. Ronaldo?
Yes.
Ronaldo?
Yes. I could have sworn he has the highest number of
I don't
Instagram
think so.
followers in the world.
I thought Kylie does.
I think you should check your...
Okay, we'll check. We'll double check that. All right, Maria, you're the last one. Maria, pick a card. I like this game.
Everybody hates him.
Trump.
Wow.
Dang, that was a good game. Yeah, we have to wrap up because it's almost time to go. So before we wrap up, of course, we have to. And go ahead, Anna. What'd you find?
That the highest number of Instagram followers is Cristiano Ronaldo with 177 million.
Wow.
Not even close.
How many does Kylie have?
I don't know, but doesn't matter.
I thought it gave you an order.
Possibly, but he has the number one.
Okay. All right. So yes, if you guys follow us on Instagram at Ladies Night Radio Show, we posted tonight's drink of the week, and tonight's drink of the week is called Quarantini. I'm sorry, that's just funny to me. I don't know why. Yeah. So Quarantini is a delicious martini, but you just drink it alone at your house. So let me tell you what's inside of it. You're going to put 2 shots of vodka. You're going to put half a pack of Emergency in it, 2 drops of lemon juice, some ice, and shake it or stir it, whatever your preference is. And you have a Quarantini. Boom, boom, boom. So we actually made a video of this. We're going to post it after the show, and it's so funny. And it actually tastes pretty good, right? So it's literally vodka mixed with Emergency with lemon juice. You can just shake it up, and you have a Quarantini.
I love that.
Yeah. So if you guys are quarantined, and make yourself a drink, and you'll stay healthy. As Emergency in it.
Dad says a little tequila does kill all the germs.
No, vodka.
Vodka. So does that mean that the Emergency still works, or does the vodka like kill the Emergency?
No, the Emergency still works.
Oh, okay.
Together.
Vodka, Emergency, like boom, you're good. You're good.
Very
all right, we're about to sign off. Do you guys want to go ahead and shout yourself out, or shout anybody out, or put your plug in?
Yes, I think that people don't realize that this kind of thing is hurting, well, the economy, all these other things. But shout out to For My Homegirls, my best friend Angie.
Yay, Angie.
All of the pop-up shops that she was going to be physically present at have been canceled. That's her way of making money, y'all. So if you can, she's having a special sale at For My Homegirls. On Instagram, she has some cute stuff.
She does. And I'm actually rocking the earrings.
You look so cute today, sis. And she reminds you to stay calm and wash your hands, homegirls.
That's right, ladies. Maria.
I want to say shout out to all the people in education right now. I know that, this was a hard things for you guys to get together in such a short time, even though y'all getting paid for the next, 2 or 4 weeks that y'all are off. But shout out to you guys, because I know that you guys had a really short time to put all these packets together for the kids. Shout out to all the NFL and MLB and NBA who have really, canceled these games for the people that have put money in, because me, like if I was buying these tickets, I'd be pretty scared, one, to lose my money. Well, not to lose my money, but to be a part of that. And then two, like, fuck, I'm going to lose my money if I don't go. So thank you guys for pushing
they're not giving the money. What are you talking about?
No. Major League Baseball just today pushed their, what do you call that? Opening ceremony.
They're canceling it.
No, they pushed it back.
They're postponing it,
So the fact that they're thinking about the people that have, bought their tickets is like a big thing.
How are they thinking about them?
Because they're pushing back on the date. How not?
Sisters.
How not are they thinking about them?
What I do appreciate is that they're thinking about their hourly employees that are not going to get paid. So
that was going to be my second part before Jackie fucking cut my time off.
They're trying to pay hourly employees because, after you stop paying your hourly employees, people can't pay their bills.
Yeah.
Right.
Which means that we are slowly going to get into recessions.
And in Italy, they actually are not canceling, but they're pretty much saying they don't have to pay their mortgage for the upcoming month.
Wow.
In Italy.
That's beautiful.
In Italy. Because in Italy, they're in quarantine. Nobody's allowed to leave their homes.
No one's allowed to leave the country.
Yeah. So really quick, we're about to sign off, but Kosi did put something together because today is Friday the 13th. This is a Friday the 13th edition, short but creepy stories. The first story goes as, I wish I had some creepy music, but I don't. The first story goes, this is me reading a short story. I began tucking him into bed, and he tells me, "Daddy, check for monsters under my bed." As I look underneath for his amusement and see another him, under the bed, staring back at me, quivering and whispering, "Daddy, there's somebody on my bed." Did you get that one?
I was not paying attention.
You suck. Cozy's laughing. Okay, the next one is, I always thought, no, I like this one. My daughter won't stop crying and screaming in the middle of the night. So I went to go visit her grave and I asked her to stop, but it doesn't help. Ooh, that was creepy.
That's creepy.
Okay, next one.
Where did you get these stories, weirdo?
Here's another one. For Friday the 13th story, short story. A girl heard her mom yell her name from downstairs. So she got up and started to head down. As she got to the stairs, her mom pulled into her room and said, "I heard that too." Dun, dun, dun.
Y'all are crazy. I do not like scary stuff.
All right. So we had to just wrap it up because today's Friday the 13th. Have a good time. Don't think too much of it. Have a good time. Have fun. It is Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Stay home. Save money. At the end of it all, I'm your host, Mysterious. I hate her. You guys hear that?
Yeah,
this is why we call her Crazy Maria.
She does that all the time.
All the time. No, seriously, this is what she does at the house all the time. She'll walk into a room and scream and do that. That what you just heard? That's Crazy Maria.
And we've all mastered the non-flinch.
Yeah,
hell no.
I flinched a little bit.
Almost
my dad does the same
wall.
thing.
I flinched a
My
little bit.
dad
Hug the fucking
taught
wall. And you did flinch too. Don't
I
play.
did not
I
flinch.
barely
I see
flinched.
all them back baby hairs up.
I barely
You
flinched.
didn't. Don't even
Anyways,
try to say you cold, girl.
I'm going to mute you again. So I'm trying to wrap up the show. I am your host, Mysterious Jax. This is Ladies Night Radio Show. And just remember one thing, ladies.
You are enough.
Thank you. Have a great night, everybody.
One love.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Just like